Well, good morning, magandang umaga, and welcome to today's episode of My PI Dream. What is today? Today's Thursday morning, and it's pretty early in the morning right now. It's about 1 minute before we have a scheduled brownout, 6 a.m. brownout. Now, we're going to test the generator this morning. Actually, I have Ness here with me. We're sitting here chatting. We're talking about the hurricane and evacuation routes and proper planning that they have, or what the government is supposed to be doing to assist people with planning. Oh, there went the electricity. Let's see if the generator kicks in. Oh, and that was the, yeah, it sounds like it's getting ready to kick back on again. Voila. How many seconds was that? That was about 8 or 10 seconds. Let's see if we can't connect back with Ness here again. Oh, well, good. So it works as advertised. Hallelujah. The electricity's back on. And let's see if PLDT, the last time we had a brownout and I tested the generator, even when we lost electricity, since the fiber is fiber optics, wherever the station is, PLDT does a great job with making sure that the fiber switches have backups, and we could have communication. PLDT wasn't down. We had the television for streaming TV was working. We'll see if the internet comes back up here in just a moment. Baby, you there?
Yeah, I'm here.
Oh, it works. That's great. 1 minute. It's 6:01 right now, so we had 1 minute of outage here.
All right, you froze.
Yeah, just for a moment. So I was just explaining to the folks on the channel here that when with the generator now and with PLDT running over the fiber, and I suspect that they have ups, they have a good up system. We're not interrupted, so this is great. So anyway, you see that it works. Everything works great as advertised. Well, let's go ahead and get today started. So without further delay, let's get today's video underway. Well, this morning I got work to do outside, because remember I said if and when my contractor sends over workers, I want to let them do all the stuff that I paid my contractor to do. So I can focus on things like working on the yard, putting down a sod on the side, doing plants, and things that are not inside my contract. So I have a surprise for you. And yes, we are back into construction mode again. So my contractor came through for me. We have, although it's just two workers. 2 is better than 0 workers. I am optimistic. As you know, I am always optimistic. Something is better than nothing. So we've gotten started. So what I talked with them about this morning for the sequence of events, they are mainly tilers. They mainly do finishing. So as you see, they are working on the comfort room in the master bedroom suite up on the 2nd floor, which is great. That's really where I wanted them to start. And I also advised them that I purchased 200 tiles. Yesterday were 193. Anyway, the numbers aren't really that important, and I said there was more coming in, so they're aware that we also have to do the tiles on the fence post. And as you can see over my shoulder here, I set up for them this morning. I told them they were more than welcome to use the tile saw, because it's so much faster. It will make things move. It's kind of an alien to these guys right now. They've never used it before. I gave them a little lesson on it, and they got big smiles on their face, which is probably a good thing instead of a frown on their face. So I think they'll use this, and we'll get very accurate cuts, and we'll make the job go through faster. So that being said, I'm going back downstairs, and I'm going to get back to work over in the raised bed garden, where right now the only thing I'm growing is sod, which is good because that's what I need over my shoulder over here, as you can see. So I'm going to move some of that sod from over there to over there, and that's what my project is for this part of the morning. Well, here it is lunchtime. We'll do a real quick check to see the guys are on break. They're on their lunch break. We'll see where they are on the project upstairs. And I just got a text message from Tess. I told Tess whenever she makes chicken tinola or tutang talang, I said, give me a call, like, send me a text message and I'll come down. And she just sent me a text message and said she has some tutang talang. No, she has chicken tinola. That's what she has. So I'm going to run down. I'm going to get that for lunch. I'm making rice downstairs. Thank goodness for the generator. But today's the test. It's kind of a test because I'm going to see with the generator how many hours I get on a tank of fuel, because today's a 12-hour brownout, and we can get a good estimate. Today's a great day to test this thing out. So let's look in here and see what we've got done. So that's what we have done today. Awesome. So we have quite a bit completed inside here. So at this rate, I figure one day, half of this wall, or at least a third, a little over a third tomorrow, most of this wall over here. So we're moving, we're rocking and rolling. And the guys are off. I found out they're off on Sunday. I'm gonna cut the lights off in here. They're off on Sunday, so Sunday will be a day for me to do some catch up. Now I just realized something. I'm all worried about Ness, making sure that she gets all of the emergency supplies, food and everything. I haven't even thought about myself here. I have no groceries really inside in the refrigerator or in the cupboard. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to run down either this evening, maybe this evening, I'll run down to the market. I'll pick up some things, canned goods, tuna fish, anything that you can do in the event that you don't have electricity, which we'll have kind of electricity. But just in case, I don't want anything that will perish. So we'll get those kind of items that are canned or very easy to put together for a meal. That's what I'll do later on today. Okay, so let me run down, meet up with Tess, and get some chicken tinola. I have rice cooking in the background, so the rice should be ready by the time I get back. And it's chicken tinola for lunch. Well, it's lunchtime. I just ran down to pick up some chicken tinola from Tess. Well, I didn't run down. I drove down. I drove down and I got some chicken tinola. And I made some rice in the rice cooker here because I have electricity with the generator, thank goodness. And I'm going to have some lunch. I didn't show you at the end of my working in the raised bed garden area where I pulled up all the sides. So that's what I was doing. That's what I was focusing on while the guys were tiling upstairs. And that was my goal for today. So I'm ahead of the schedule because I've completed that task. I've moved all the sod from the raised bed garden over to the to the side of the house where the retaining wall is and the fence line. And I've got it all tampered down. I got it watered real good. Remember, if you move sod around, water, that's the key thing for success. Tamper down, make sure you don't have air pockets between your roots and the soil underneath. Make sure it's soft underneath. If you get a chance to put a little bit of fertilizer, put some down. But make sure you tamp it down really, really good. And water, like I said, water. And you'll be very successful. A lot of people don't do that. They just throw the sod down and they wonder why their grass dies. Well, because the grass doesn't have an opportunity to interface the soil underneath and start growing inside. And if the roots die, so does the grass. Well, let me go ahead and get my lunch done, and then I don't know what I'm going to be working on after I get done with lunch. We'll see. I'll pick something around here because remember, there's so many things that need to be done. So anyway, bon appetit. Well, as you can see, it's raining, and it's raining, and it started raining like 15 minutes after my gardener got here. So it's a loss for a day. All day it was beautiful. You saw it was so hot. I don't know if you did see. I don't think I took too much video today. But my gardener came and he was digging a little bit of the sand out so we can put the topsoil into place. That's where we're going to be putting the grass. Well, he did that and he left the whole driveway. His procedure, his technique is to remove as much sand as possible and leave the blocks empty, then come back later and just work on the sand. And that's okay, except for the fact that it makes the driveway unstable and it makes it difficult for me to drive the vehicle in because I don't want to shift any of those and break those grass plots. So what I did, even though it was raining like this, as you can see, I went and I dug some soil up and I got as much over here as possible so it's a little bit stable where the tires are going to go. So that's done there. Something else I got accomplished today is I got the backyard cut. And I went from a level 3 cutting to a level 2, a little bit lower. I think that's the perfect, for bluegrass, I think that's the perfect cut. Because what I was noticing when I was doing a level 3, it seems to be too high, too fluffy, and it seems like it's a little scraggly. So with the level 2, I think that's going to be uniform. And when I go upstairs and show you what was accomplished inside the comfort room, bathroom area, that the two tilers did today, we'll look out the back window because I'm not walking in the backyard right now. So let's go upstairs and see what got accomplished today by our construction crew. Now I'm not sure if you can hear in the background, but the generator is still on. It's 11 hours. We're 11 hours into generator time. I need to go and I need to check the fuel because I think the normal full tank is around 11 or 12 hours. And but the electricity is supposed to come back on in the next, what did I say, it's 5 o'clock, in the next hour. So, so I'll need to check that, and I'll let you know how it did today with the minor load that we had for some construction and some kitchen stuff, and not a lot of heavy load, but we'll see what the capacity, the fuel usage was for an 11-hour day. So for this room in here today, this is what was accomplished right here. The tilers did this part of the wall right here, this part. I did the, I don't know if, yeah, I think I did. I think I showed you downstairs. I did some of the buffing, the polishing of the granite. Like the backsplash portion right here, because it was very unfinished. So I worked on that today. Let's see. Oh, also my tilers reminded me, or let me know, made me aware, I'm 2 full tiles short up here. My builder underestimated the quantity that we needed here, or they broke. I don't know. Maybe they broke some. But the thing is, we are 2 tiles short, and I have to go to Wilcon tonight. Now, that was a special order. You remember that was a special order. So that's the bad thing about special order items. I hope they still have it in stock. I hope they can get it, and I hope they can get it in a good period of time. Nothing done inside of here. Oh, and one of the other tilers finished this top section up here. Remember, there was a big gap, like where is the gap up there? I think there was 2 layers that was done, so he finished that as well. And it seems like they did a real good job using my tile saw today. It seems like it really helped speed up things, putting tile inside here. They will be back tomorrow. Remember, we are in the headwinds of a typhoon, a super typhoon that's going to go through here. Now, inside the house, it's not a problem doing any type of work. They have to cut tiles, and they've been cutting the tiles on the lanai on the back porch. If we have lots and lots of wind and rain, that might cause a problem. We'll see. So one of the things I want to show you, the backyard, and that was what I cut today. So it looks pretty good. Now that's cut on a tube. Now by cutting it lower, you'll see a lot of brown spots back there. The brown spots, again, it was just like the brown spots in the front, but they will get green in a very short period of time, especially with all the rain I anticipate that we're going to be getting from this typhoon here over the next few days. So let's take a look at the backyard. The backyard, remember, I cut that backyard on a level 2 today to make it a little bit more uniform. You're going to see some brown spots. That's because I went from my standard number 3 cut down to a number 2. Just imagine going to get a haircut. You say, I want a number 3 clipper, number 2 clipper, whatever. Well, now there's some brown spots, but just like in the front yard that are already filled in already, it will get green very soon. So I think it's looking pretty good. Let's do one last stop. Let's go check the generator room and see how much fuel is left inside the generator after 11 hours of operation today. Okay, well, I'm gonna say not bad. We have about 1/3 left on the meter, on the fuel meter down there, and we still have another hour to go for the brownout. Okay, well, that's gonna be it for me for today. I still have to run downtown. And I need some food. I don't know if this is I can't call it the calm before the storm because it started raining, and I don't know how long this is gonna last. Normally, when you have a tropical storm or you have a typhoon or you have a hurricane, this is the beginning. The beginning of it is the rain. Then comes the wind. Then comes the bad stuff, the real heavy wind from the hurricane or the typhoon. I don't know if this is just normal weather, if there's going to be a break or not. I just don't know. I would just have to keep an eye on the weather, looking on the internet and seeing where we are in that pattern. So I'm going to close for today so I can get a shower, go downtown, and get some emergency supply items for the house, and then hopefully I'm good for the next few days. Now, Ness, that's another story. She is much more vulnerable to the storm. Hurricane Florence that is headed for the South Carolina and North Carolina coastline right now. And I keep hearing, I've been watching the news, they're calling it like the hurricane of the century kind of a scenario. Now sometimes they overblow things. You know how the media is, and I'm praying that is what it is. It is overblown. But from what I saw on the news this morning, I believe it got downgraded from one category to a lower category based on wind speed. But what happened was the width, the size, the dimension of the hurricane grew larger at that point. So I will keep a very close look at that, especially over the next 24 hours, because I think we're going into the critical period there. So again, thank you for everybody who has sent in all their prayers and wishes for the people on the East Coast of the United States. Many of you for Ness, many of you for Ness. And she hears and she reads all of your heartfelt prayers that are coming in. And that's what's going to get us through this. I know it will. As well as for the people in northern Luzon for this typhoon that's coming through here as well. So let me close. Let me go do things that need to be done for tonight. And then hopefully tomorrow it's a good day here, and we can proceed with a normal episode. And hopefully the hurricane that's going on the East Coast, again, this is the focus of most of my attention right now. Hopefully that thing, we get lucky and it starts, the winds start dying down some. It maybe goes into a different direction away from us. I don't think it is. Again, we're so close to it hitting the shoreline there. So we'll keep an eye on that as well. Now I'm going to do something a little bit out of the usual, out of the ordinary for the channel. I'm going to do a shout out. I've got to do a shout out. And you're probably looking, you're probably saying, James, you're all nasty and sweaty and from doing all your work. You look a lot different right now. Well, I am, because it is editing time. And before I started doing my editing, I'm checking on emails and I'm talking with Ness about this hurricane stuff. And I saw that we have one of our subscribers that put a request in, and I just got to give him his request today because it's his anniversary. And well, his and his wife's anniversary, and it is Steve and Gwen's. Steve is better known on our channel as Steve H, and he puts a lot of really funny, with some really good punchline comments on the channel. Well, Steve and Gwen are celebrating their 15th anniversary today, and I've got to get this out today. So it is not a day late, because he said, I hope it's not too late and it gets out today, because it will mean so much to his dear Asawa Gwen down in Davao. So anyway, to you, Steve, wherever you are right now, and Gwen down in Davao, happy anniversary. So let me close for it now. If you enjoyed today's video, please give me a thumbs up. Please share, and if you have not subscribed, just click on that little My PI Dream heart in the bottom right hand side of your screen. You'll be subscribed and you'll be notified the next time I upload a new video. So until such time, you have a wonderful and blessed day.